But of course, we can't talk about bad renovations without addressing the German schmear incident. And
what?
no, I'm not talking about a delicious bagel topping. I'm talking about a couple of flippers from Florida who made the internet flip out when they decided to update a 1970s home to—
Why are Germans? All right, like I dug on the British plenty here because I don't have too many articles to read about the Germans. But why are Germans allowed to do anything at this point in time? Why are Germans?
to turn a profit.
Today we are taking this fireplace from hobbitcore to cottagecore. Now,
don't do anything to that fireplace. I cannot imagine this going well.
a lot of you suggested that we should just clean the stones and it would brighten it. However, these stones have very large, dark grout lines that just look dirty even after a good scrub. So
You can still brighten the grout. What do you mean?
we're going to be trying the German schmear technique.
I guarantee, no matter how bad you think this is gonna look, that, it's worse than that.
Oh,
Let me
no.
just say that this was a true trust the process project for us, as it was looking a bit scary before we started smoothing out the grout lines. We do still need to complete the look by finding a nice chunky wood mantle and of course replacing those ugly sconces, but here is how it turned out. What do you think?
You know, you should—
Hold on, what are the ugly sconces? They don't look like they changed. Like, it's the same sconces there. What does she mean? I feel like we need a government body, all right? We need a government body to inspect people's houses every 2 years. And if the government officials come in and they see you've done some monstrosity like this to destroy the inside of your house, they look at their paper, and then they look at you, and then they look at your monstrosity that you've destroyed, and then they look back at their paper, and they're just like, all right, ma'am, we see that you've paid about $525,000 for this property, and we've seen that you do not take care of this property, so we're actually entitled to repossess your house as of this moment. You have 24 hours to collect your belongings and get the fuck out before you cause more damage. And careful, Kirsche, you're creating a homeowners association. Oh my god, do I love homeowners associations?
Replacing those ugly sconces, but here is how it turned out. What do you think?
You know, you should keep the ugly sconces. Hopefully they'll distract from the ugly fireplace. It definitely isn't hobbitcore anymore. I don't really know what kind of core it is, though.
Yeah, I don't think this is even cottage core. This is just looks bad core. HOAs only care about the outside of your house. Yeah, I want a homeowners association, but for the inside of your house. For the inside. And if you decide to make everything grayish, you lose access to your house. That's my envisioning of the authoritarian future. Fucking retard core. Old houses need to be declared national heritage sites and be protected from these kinds of people. Well, it's like, if the house is old enough, it can become a historical site. And thankfully, when houses are declared historical sites, it prevents these absolute fucking monsters from trying to flip them.
Feel like the Germans wouldn't approve. If you're German, comment down below your appraisal of this schmear. This was just one of many unpopular decisions this couple made while renovating. Not a single room in this house was spared from their creativity.
Hands down, one of the coolest features of this property is this gorgeous dedicated studio space. Currently,
Okay, how did you manage to destroy the space? It doesn't look like, you know, too crazy upkept right now. Right, it's a boring white. It's got a really nice back wall with all of the way those windows are oriented. So how did they manage to fuck up this room that already isn't like crazy detailed?
the main wall has this mid-century wood shelving unit.
I will say this shelving unit looks a little weird because it just kind of randomly stops near the edge of the wall instead of just continuing. But like if I saw this, I'd be like, what if I just like alter the shelves a little bit but keep the inset shelving?
that I love. However, we have something even better planned for this wall.
I'm sure you
I
do.
just don't believe you.
The studio was advertised as an artist studio, and we quickly realized it was just lacking the art. Crazy how much happier it truly makes this space feel. Comment below how you would use
That... If you're gonna remove that shelf and you're gonna paint a mural, like, fucking good, the mural would have looked nice, but what the fuck is this? They did nothing! I was like, she started painting that, like, big yellow thing, and I was like, okay, so she's gonna have a sun, and maybe there's gonna be, like, palm trees, and gonna be, like, a beach, and some stucco houses on the side, like, that would have been okay, right?
a studio space like this. I can imagine it so many different ways.
That looks like something that would be painted on the side of a restaurant in a tax code where I am going to be overcharged for underseasoned tacos.
Or something just painted on the wall in Grand Theft Auto to make the town look more lively.
You're a tourist in an unfamiliar city, consider that font a portent of doom for your wallet. Also, maybe I'm just a raging narcissist,
Hey guys,
but I
smash
feel
that
like
like
most
button,
artists
leave a
would
comment,
prefer
push me
their
in the
own art
algorithm.
to be on the walls of their art studio, not someone else's. However, nothing could have prepared me for what they were about to do to the living room ceiling.
This vaulted ceiling was just begging for a beam.
Me too.
Ooh. As someone who doesn't like exposed beams in houses, I'm not going to buy a house with exposed beams and then fuck those beams up. So it stands to wonder why you would get a house with cathedral or vaulted ceilings and then install unnecessary beams. Like, they're not even structurally necessary, so why would you have done that?
Girl, me too.
And today we are finally installing one. Due to the size of the beam needed, we knew we'd have to find a faux beam for us to physically be able to have the strength to lift. We found these vintage style wood beams made from foam from a company called Outwater, which ended up
It's not even real wood! Oh, these people do not deserve a house.
being the perfect solution.
Why do I punish myself like this?
Is this what happened to those fucking weebs from back in the day? Where they're like, we're going to buy the phones! Let's have the phones!
Looks like a set piece for an underfunded theater. Actually, I'm pretty sure I saw this backstage senior year when I was playing the baker's wife in a high school production of Into the Woods.
Of course, this room was just long enough that we had to use a second beam.
Oh boy. This room is going to look like where the teenage church choir has to sing in like your small church in like a tiny town.
But luckily they have these rubber straps to hide the seams.
I want to make a joke about rubber straps so bad, but I'm pretty sure I've maxed out my innuendo quota for this video. This looks like something I would see on the ceiling of a rainforest cafe. All we need is some artificial shrubbery.
Don't do Rainforest Cafe like that! Alright, the inside of the Rainforest Cafe actually had character! Unlike these people's house!
Some ominous animal noises, put a rumble in the jungle rap in my hand, and I'm there. I'm transported.
For lighting, we wanted a mid-century kind of funky light to keep in the 70s spirit for the space, and I am so...
This looks so fucking bad. This looks so, like, the foam beam, the shitty fireplace with the schmear, this modern garbage chandelier. Just paint some faces on that, and they're like the Dragon Quest slime.
obsessed with the one we ended up choosing.
Oh, the 70s spirit, of course. You mean the 70s spirit that the house that was built in the 70s already had before you bought it? That 70s spirit?
Yeah, that 70s spirit is gonna be haunting them now because they destroyed it.
I'm no contractor, but attaching lighting to a foam support beam, that's objectively a bad idea, right?
Also, yeah, that's a good... I didn't even think of that! They attached a light fixture to a foam fucking beam! What the fuck?
We can all agree on that. Throughout the entire renovation process, the response from viewers was overwhelmingly negative, but this couple ignored all advice and suggested alternatives, instead making fun of the commenters for being upset about the changes.
Never in my life did I think a fireplace DIY would trigger the internet so much that the app would have to...
This... It looks so bad! How did you go through with this and not just be like, yeah, maybe we should, like, figure out how to revert this. Maybe we should figure out how to unsmear our fireplace. Oh my god, they're just throwing paint at it. It just looks so bad. Ego, how else would they think this was a good idea? This is absolutely insane. Be idiotic. Wow, so many triggered people. I was only pretending to be retarded. There's no saving it. Kirsche turned into JonTron for a second.
Never in my life did I think a fireplace DIY would trigger the internet so much that the app would have to turn on
We detected comments that may be unwanted or unfriendly on your recent post. You can turn on additional protections using our anti-bullying tools. Did you ever stop and think that you deserve to be bullied for what you fucking did to this home? Did you ever think that the bullying you're getting is justified? That maybe, perhaps, you're in the wrong here? Did they break the floor? Yeah, they broke the floor around the fireplace.
Bullying mode. Have you been personally impacted by this fireplace makeover? And we are so happy with how
they put more foam beam on the fireplace! No! Yeah, we gotta bully back better so we can have nice homes again.
The living room is coming along. Hopefully you agree, but if not, I am sure you will let us know. Say we got a lot of backlash for our choices online as we worked on this.
I bet you this is not even real wood, right? They ripped up that tile flooring and they put in probably some just like corrugated fucking IKEA fake wood bullshit. It's wood laminate. God, I hate these people. God, it's like they almost are aware of how expensive wood is. It looks like a doctor's office. Yeah, it doesn't look like a living room. And they got some like modernistic Sargon of Akkad on the wall here. Like, fuck off, dude.
Home would be an understatement, but I am incredibly proud of us for seeing this through.
And that kind of weird antagonistic relationship between these types of accounts and their comment sections is a consistent pattern that I've seen.
Thought I'd give you a little before picture.
Oh, no, hold on.
Comment sections is a consistent pattern that I've seen.
Thought I'd give you a